What if you found your dream home, moved in, and suddenly began receiving terrifying letters from someone who claimed to be watching you? In 2014, a family in Westfield, New Jersey, experienced just that. This is the unsettling story of the Watcher House, a real-life horror story that turned a peaceful neighborhood into the scene of a haunting mystery. A dream house in Westfield, Derek and Maria Broaddus had just purchased a stunning 6-bedroom home at 657 Boulevard in the affluent town of Westfield, New Jersey. The couple was overjoyed at finding a beautiful place to raise their 3 children. But their excitement was short-lived. Just days after closing on the property, they received a letter that would turn their dream into a nightmare. The letter was addressed simply to the new owners, with no return address. At first glance, it seemed odd but harmless. However, as Derek read through the letter, a chill ran down his spine. The first letter. The letter began with a greeting. "Dearest new neighbor at 657 Boulevard, allow me to welcome you to the neighborhood." But the tone quickly grew ominous. The writer, who referred to themselves as the Watcher, claimed to be part of a generations-old family who had been watching the house for decades. The Watcher's letter was filled with unsettling questions. Do you know the history of the house? Do you know what lies within the walls? The letter even mentioned the Broaddus children, saying, "I have been put in charge of watching and waiting for its second coming. Once I know their names, I will call to them." Shaken, Derek immediately contacted the police, hoping it was just a prank. But this would only be the beginning. A series of sinister letters. Over the next few weeks, the Broadduses received more letters. The Watcher seemed to know details about the family that no stranger could. They referenced specific areas of the house and mentioned each child by name and birth order, details the family kept private. The letters became more threatening, with lines like, "Who has the bedrooms facing the street? I will know as soon as you move in. It will help me to know who is in which bedroom, then I can plan better." The Watcher even hinted at dark secrets hidden within the house. Increasingly fearful for their safety, the Broadduses stopped bringing their children to the house. They set up cameras and even hired a private investigator, desperate for answers. But the letters kept coming. The neighborhood investigation police interviewed neighbors and examined local residents who might have connections to the house. Suspicion fell on Michael Langford, a man in his 60s who lived next door and was known for odd behavior. But even after interrogating Langford, investigators found no solid evidence linking him to the letters. Desperate, the Broadduses hired handwriting experts, ran DNA tests on the letters, and sought help from forensic psychologists. Yet nothing tied any of the neighbors to the disturbing notes. The community was tight-lipped, and the police had no leads, unanswered questions and theories. The case gained national media attention, and theories began circulating. Some speculated that the Watcher was part of a strange local tradition, tasked with watching the house and its inhabitants. Others suggested the letters were a cruel prank, while some whispered that the Broadduses might be behind it all to sell the house at a higher value. But none of these theories explained the specific details in the letters. The Watcher seemed to know too much about the family and their home. A house of horrors. The Watcher's letters continued to arrive. They grew angrier, referring to the family as greedy and selfish for tearing down parts of the home's original structure. The Broadduses, terrified and exhausted, made the difficult decision to sell the house. but selling 657 Boulevard proved impossible. Prospective buyers were scared off as soon as they learned about the letters, and even their attempts to rent the house fell through. Ultimately, the Broaddeuces sold the house at a significant financial loss, and their dream of a peaceful life at 657 Boulevard had turned into a nightmare that left them emotionally and financially drained. Mystery endures years later. The true identity of the Watcher remains unknown. The case is still open, and the house on 657 Boulevard stands as a chilling reminder of the terror the Broaddus family endured. Some believe the Watcher may have been a disturbed local, while others think it's a story of paranoia taken too far. Either way, the Watcher's letters remain one of the most bizarre, unsolved mysteries in American true crime history, leaving behind a trail of fear and endless questions. Thank you for watching this episode from Velours of the Past. If you enjoyed this journey into mystery and intrigue, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when our next tale from the past goes live.